Because sometimes we think if we're not where we think we should be, doing our life purpose, then our life isn't working. And so we have to know that wherever we are placed, even if we don't think that that's the place we should be, is the place that we can make an impact and make a difference. So anyway, hers was this. She says, good morning, Miracle Family. She posted this on our listener board we have for our listeners. And she says, I found a nice side effect of the slight change in my schedule. Now I have a little more access to time on my computer so I can check emails sooner and get my daily lesson dose of inner peace. Today I took a little time also to read from the text and use my Kindle, and I came across this wonderful gem that said this. You'll like this, Frank. Do not hide suffering from his sight, but bring it gladly to him. Do not leave any spot of pain hidden from his light, and search your mind carefully for any thoughts you may fear to uncover. For he will heal every little thought you have kept to hurt yourself and cleanse it of its littleness, restoring it to the magnitude of God. And I always think of that too. These are such great lines where the Course is always saying to us, you need to open up these dark thoughts you have, whether they're unworthy thoughts or angry thoughts or judgmental thoughts. Sometimes we don't want to look at these thoughts because we think, if I look at them, that I kind of dwell on them. I think about angry thoughts, especially when people are driving by an accident. Have you ever driven by an accident and you're driving by and you've had this long line and you finally get to the accident and you go, oh my God, and you start rubbernecking to see what's going on, because after all, you earned your time to look, right? Because it's taken you so long to get there. I've heard people say that, I've earned my time, I'm going to look. And so they look over there and they dwell on that, and they become more of a problem than anything else.
You're one of the ones I scream by saying, what?
No, I'm not saying I've done this. I'm just telling you, I've heard people tell me, when they do it, I've earned the right to look. And I'm always like, why do we really want to look? But I think sometimes we do this with negative thoughts about ourselves or thoughts that we're holding, judgments we hold about other people. Those thoughts that come into our minds, instead of looking at them and just allowing them to move on, we sometimes sit and dwell on them and think, why do I think that way about that person? Well, they think that way about me, so I'm justified in thinking that way about them because they're such jerks holding that thought about me. If only they would let go, then I would let go and everything would be so much better. And we sit there and we have coffee with this irritating thought. We dwell on it. It's like looking at the accident. We all see how ridiculous it is to sit and dwell at the accident, right? But we don't realize how ridiculous it is that we sit and dwell on these negative thoughts. Now, what this lesson is saying, what they do is they hurt you, basically, because you hold on to them, and you will really not look at them, you value them. You begin to like them. They're an entertainment, and I think we think, oh no, I'm not liking this. Well, then why are you doing it if you don't like it? We'll say, this irritates me, I get angry about this. Well, if you get angry about it, and you don't like it, then you should stop looking at it. I love the Dalai Lama, as I think he was saying something about we need to look at the things that come across to our awareness, even the angry thoughts, and don't give them a lot of power. And people think, we're denying it. What he's saying is, no, you look at them, but you need to move on. If you dwell on them, then they become very real to you, just like the accident becomes real. Now I'm looking at it. Now I can't get unattached from it. I'm going, who hit who? Who's going to the hospital? Is there any blood on the street? All this, we start naming things because we get very involved with it. What this is saying is, look, do not hide, but look at it, not that in the way that you dwell on it, but so that the Holy Spirit can look with you and you can move through it. If you do not look with him, you dwell. That's what will happen. We get caught in our problems and we dwell and we dwell and we dwell. And what this is saying is, do not hide suffering. Do not leave a spot of pain hidden in his light. Search your mind, bring those thoughts out, and he will heal every thought you have kept to hurt yourself and cleanse it of its littleness, thereby restoring you to the magnitude of God. And the way to do that is not by dwelling on it, but looking at it and giving it to him and moving on. Give it to him, move on. Give it to him, move on. And that's the process that happens.